everybody. So it's been a long time since I've posted anything. I've been not feeling well, for actually quite a few weeks. I think it's just working in the school system, just caught everything like one after another, and then I've been working more. So that in and of itself has taken a lot of my free time away. But we were recently tagged. So we would like to respond to our tag, and we're still going to post videos, probably more so in the summer when I'm not working as much, just so that way we actually have time to do it, because I don't want to just throw content up on YouTube. We want to make sure it's something that people are actually going to want to watch, and a little bit more quality versus quantity. So we'll get some more stuff up as the weather gets nicer. We just had snow, what, 2 days ago, like 4 inches of snow. So, and now it's raining today. That's pretty much all melted, but it's just been one of those like crazy winters. It's really not spring right now for us here in New England yet. So we will give you an update. We do have a few things that are going on currently that you guys might find interesting. So we will do that. But let's first, let's do our tag. So let me get those questions up. All right, so we were tagged by MAINEiac Grandma, and I love her channel. I will put the link in the description. For those of you that have an Instapot, awesome recipes. She does like a kitchen chit chat where it's like a live, I don't know, YouTube live, I don't know what they call it. But you can go on and you can comment on her video, and it's live, so she answers you back directly, and she's really good about it. So if you have any questions on what she's doing or how she's doing it, she lets you know right there on the spot, and it's awesome. And it's kind of fun. She's got a lot of funny people that join in, and so it definitely makes my morning when I can catch it, although I haven't been able to catch it in a few mornings because I've been working most mornings, but it definitely is worth checking out. All right, so the first question is, why do I garden? I garden because we want to be self-sufficient. I don't want to go to a grocery store ever. I also do have the dream of providing food for our community if we have extra. So I would love to have a big, beautiful garden. I would love to be able to can and freeze and preserve whatever I can for our family, but whatever is above and beyond that, I'm not interested in selling it. I'm interested in actually, I would love to be able to set up a stand at our church and just have it so it's free. And I know it's a possibility. I just don't have a green thumb, so we are working on that. I also love being outside. I love being outside. So I think the winter's also been kind of draining on me and kind of zapping my energy as far as that goes, because when I'm outside all day, it feels so much better. Plus, I'm active, and you know that they say when you're working out and you're moving your body, you're gonna feel better. So I'm looking forward to a break in the weather. Like I said, I love being outside. I love getting my hands dirty. I might not grow anything, nothing may come of it, but I do enjoy it regardless. So that's that question. That was the first question. The second question is, why do I YouTube? We started YouTubing before YouTube had come up with all these crazy ways to make money where you had to meet certain thresholds. When we first started, there were no thresholds. They put ads on immediately. So we thought that it would be a great way to generate income because we would love to adopt. And a private adoption is 20,000 or more. And that's nothing that we don't have the money. We don't have $20,000 to do. So we thought this is a great way, instead of doing a GoFundMe and ask for donations, that people could just watch our videos. And believe it or not, like, it adds up pretty quickly when every single video had an ad on it. And even if you're only getting 100 views for video, and some of ours don't even get that, we were plugging along, and we thought our channel will grow over time. This was when YouTube had a lot of big daily vlogs that were like just hitting it off like crazy. Not saying that we would be one of those, but we thought over the course of 2 or 3 years, we may be able to raise part of the funds, not all of the funds, but part of the funds that we might be able to consider adoption. YouTube changed all its policies, so we will not be able to raise any money through YouTube. We are not monetized at this point, so none of our videos receive any ads whatsoever, and that's okay. We had gained monetization back in I believe it was the beginning of November, and we lost it in February. So that was kind of like a little blow to my ego, but I totally get why, and I prefer that YouTube censors more of the content on it to make sure that one, it's family friendly, and two, that people aren't just ripping off other people, and I get that. So totally okay with it, YouTube. I think that it doesn't matter. The policy had changed so much that we weren't going to use this as an avenue for raising funds anyway. So we're just doing it now because we've met so many awesome people. So through all these changes, it's been like, disappointment after disappointment. And every time we think that we're back on our feet with YouTube. But the one thing that we really have learned from this is that the YouTube community is amazing. So we will continue to be part of the YouTube community regardless of whether we make money off of YouTube or not. I have made so many awesome friends that have helped me so much and have done so much for us as far as homesteading and the advice that they give. It's been amazing. So I suggest that you reach out to anybody that you follow on YouTube because they are willing to help you, especially the homesteader community. We want people to homestead. We want people to become more self-sufficient. We're not there yet at Homegrown Love, but there are a lot of channels that are there yet, and they will tell you what has worked for them. You're more than welcome to reach out to us also if there's something that we do that you want to know more about. We gladly tell anybody. So that's exciting, and that's why we do YouTube. Third question, how long have I been gardening for? My parents have always had a garden growing up. Apparently my mom just has a green thumb because she never really did anything but water it once a day, and it grew. I, on the other hand, kill everything. So it was always nice having the fresh fruits and, I can't say fruits. Well, I guess we had raspberries and pears. So fresh fruits and veggies growing up. And then as, as we got older and my mom had less and less time with grandbabies and all of that stuff, they've kind of stopped gardening at their house. And when we bought this house, I was like, I really want to do it. I really want to make a garden. You guys know where my heart is at as far as feeding the community. I really feel that people should eat fresh fruits and veggies, and I don't feel like it should cost them an arm and a leg to do it. I feel that, the cheap food is so unhealthy. It's so unhealthy. It's so crazy what they put in it, and that's what's cheap and what you can afford. So obviously, I don't, if that's what you have to do to feed your family, I no judgment here by all means, but I would like to be able to reach out to those in the community that can't afford the fresh fruits and veggies, and it be something that we can supply. I know that that's a long way down the road for us, but it is something that I really, really, really want to do. All right, the next question. All right, so, sorry. How long have I personally been gardening? We bought the house 3 years ago, so we have had a garden in for 2 summers. Again, I kill everything, so we've barely gotten anything worth the time we put into it, other than the enjoyment factor that I get out of it. But we definitely spent more on getting the garden set up than we have produced, even as far as paying for seeds and stuff like that. So that's been kind of sad, but it's a learning process. So I am learning, and I'm hoping that with the help of a couple of the other channels that we have a collaboration with, that once this weather breaks, I can get things up and going and really take their advice and get some food growing. All right, what do I grow? We have blueberry bushes, which have yet to produce anything. The gypsy moths kind of demolished them. They are now starting to come back. So I'm excited to see if they produce anything this year. We have apple trees, which we just planted last year, so we haven't had any apples off of them yet. The garlic that I planted in the fall has started to come up, so I'm excited to see if that actually grows or not. We usually grow onions. I overwintered some because they didn't really grow last year, but they were still there. Like the plants were still like there. I don't know if something like ate the tops off of them or my crazy dog like strolling through the garden. So I would have to, we're working on getting a fence around that section of the garden so that way that doesn't happen again. But tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, zucchini. I definitely can grow bee balm, spearmint, lemon balm, and chives, no problem, because y'all know those are the easy things that just kind of take over your garden. So that I've been growing. So that's been awesome. So I think we just kind of grow a little bit of everything. Everything that we eat. I would love to grow spaghetti squash. We definitely eat that often. So Brussels sprouts, cabbage. We are a big veggie eating family, so I just like a little bit of everything. And I think this year I'm going to put an asparagus bed in. For those of you that don't know, asparagus is actually a perennial, so it's something that takes a few years to get started. Most people, you have to wait a couple of years to harvest, but it'll be something that'll come back every single year, which is kind of nice. And I seem to do really well with perennials versus annuals, which are most vegetable plants. All right. So, what is my favorite thing to grow? I love flowers. My favorite thing to grow is flowers, and I seem to do okay with those. Again, most of the perennials that come back. Um, as far as food goes, if I could get now, everyone says beans are easy to grow. I kill them. But those are probably one of my most favorite things to grow as far as a vegetable goes. It's something that my daughter really enjoys picking and eating right off the plant, and I would love to. Have you ever seen those like domes that they make with them? Like they grow them up with trellis, so it's kind of like a little tree house for a kid, little fort. I'm like, that would be fun to do if I could ever get anything to grow that much. That would be awesome. And Makenzie grows awesome sunflowers. So it might not be my favorite thing to grow because I don't do well when I plant them, but if she puts those seeds in the ground, they grow. And she had some like 8-foot sunflowers a couple of years ago, and they were just awesome and beautiful. And I just enjoy the color of flowers. I enjoy the birds that the different flowers and plants bring into the yard. So I think all of that it's quite fun to garden. It's quite fun to be outside in nature. All right, everybody. So those were the 5 questions that we were tagged in about gardening. Like I said, I'm not very good at it. I'm getting there though. I really feel like this year might be the year that we get something that produces. I am going to tag a couple of channels that I know garden. For heartsranch gardens, she has beautiful gardens. Her husband does an awesome job making raised beds out of things that they just have around the yard. So that's awesome, and I enjoy watching them. CB Greenhouse and Gardens. You guys all know I love CB, so check out his channel. His straw bale gardening is something that we are going to do. I finally found some straw local. It's a little bit more than he pays per bale, but it's all good if it grows. I'm happy if it grows. So that's something that probably next week I'll get started on because it takes a full month for you to get it to the proper planting. I don't know what the correct terminology is, CB. I know I did watch your blog, but I didn't write it down yet because I need to really study what he says. He has like a timetable of things that you have to do, and so I have to sit there and I have to write everything down that he does and the temperatures things need to be and stuff like that. So it's definitely a science when it comes to straw bale gardening. And then Home in the Sticks. So Home in the Sticks does amazing like no-till gardens, which is definitely like for me something that I'm interested in. While I do love being outside for hours on end, I do have a little one, so being in the garden for like, multiple hours a day isn't always feasible. So something that is definitely low maintenance. So if you guys are interested in any of those, check them out. They will be in their links will be in the description down below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you guys have any suggestions on some easy gardening tips, I'm also considering doing some container gardening on the deck. That would be awesome. Oh, and I'm also interested in a grow light because while I thought we had this amazing sunlight in our house and I never turn on the lights during the day, none of it's direct enough that when we start our seeds, they grow this big and then they get like really thin and wiry and just flop down because they're trying to reach for the sun coming through the windows. So I need a grow light, but I would like it to be like an LED one because electric in New England is crazy expensive. And if I plug in a regular grow light, my electric bill is probably going to jump like $30 a month. And to me, then I might as well just go buy the seedlings at a local greenhouse for that price. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions on an LED type of glow light grow light. I can't talk. It's something that I just want to put in the basement and just for to start some seedlings, which I need to get started soon because hopefully some of the stuff can go outside within like the next month or so. All right, everybody, have a blessed day. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It means a lot that we still see people that are commenting and supporting us. And actually, I'm wondering where we've been. And that has actually been touching because I've been kind of down and gloomy and things have not been going so great here at home. Just different things have been happening. It's just been like crazy couple months. So I really appreciate it. I mean, it definitely makes you feel like you're part of a community, and I love that. All right, guys, bye.